Hello, this is TelecomTV. I'm talking with Mike Shinya, who is the CEO of Zephyrtel. Mike, hi. Thanks for talking to us. I'd like to begin with this. Zephyrtel has announced the launch of the Cloud Forward program. What is it?
Well, firstly, hi, Martin, and thank you for making the time for this discussion. Cloud Forward is our central vision and strategy to take Zephyrtel into a cloud world in partnership with its customers. Cloud Forward means that we will build an end-to-end telco suite comprising OSS and BSS in the cloud with our chosen partner, AWS. The Cloud Forward benefits will mean that customers achieve total cost of ownership reductions, otherwise known as TCO reductions, of around 50 to 70%. They will have a far more agile and adaptable environment. They will fund that via OPEX and not CAPEX, freeing up capital expenditure for very significant infrastructural changes that all carriers will have to go through. We believe that the cloud revolution is one which, in large measure, has yet to happen in the telco industry, though obviously with each passing month, different carriers make progress. So we're not going to force customers into the cloud, but we are going to say this: when they are ready to make the change, Zephytel will be with them to partner with them.
So Mike, what has your agreement with AWS brought to your customers so far, and what are the plans for the longer term?
Well, we have a strategic collaboration agreement with AWS, and they are our chosen partner for the cloud. Already, even though we have only been a partner for a number of months, already 29 of our customers are fully in the AWS cloud, with maybe another 300 or so carriers using some element of the AWS functionality. So our partnership is well into motion. We intend to take all our customers and all our solutions into the AWS cloud in the fullness of time. And we see that as a journey over the medium term of being maybe 3 or 4 years, not an event in the very, very near term. So we are working very closely with AWS to do that. With each passing month, some of our customers express interest in the very significant stack of functionality that AWS have, and combining that functionality with our solutions and the value we bring to give them a much better environment, as we've just spoken about. So that happens in the near term, but it is a medium to longer term journey, as you say.
So Mike, what do you regard as being the biggest and most important current trends in telco, and how is Zephyrtel embracing the opportunities that they present?
Well, I think the move to 5G, which we see as being a medium-term migration, is probably the one which takes up the most time of telco boardrooms. But also the change from being a communication services provider to being a digital services provider, what's commonly referred to as the CSP to DSP migration, is one which is absolutely common to every carrier. The Internet of Things is also a momentum which is unavoidable. In 2022, the connection from machine to machine is going to be more significant than the connection from human to human on the internet. So those are probably the key and biggest drivers. I would say that the embracing of artificial intelligence, machine learning, predictive analytics are also going to be widespread. And here's the thing. When you look at attributes like those, they used to be the preserve of large enterprises. That is no longer the case. Small to medium-sized enterprises are having to embrace these new technologies in order to achieve competitive advantage. They are becoming a must-have, not a nice-to-have. So I could go on about these ground-changing attributes, I guess, for a long time. But if you ask me to summarize, those are probably the key ones.
Mike, believe it or not, we're into 2020. Where did the last decade go, for heaven's sake? What are your predictions for this year for CSPs, as you say, communication service providers, as they evolve into DSPs, digital services providers?
I think the first thing to remember is that a year in the life of a telco carrier is probably not a long time. Many have been serving their communities and consumers for decades. That said, if I were to focus on but a single element, which all telco carriers are talking to Zephytel about, it would be customer experience management. If you look at the day-to-day challenges of a telco carrier, being churn reduction, increase in ARPU, providing consumers with greater choice, with rate planning options, all of these have as their platform customer experience management, understanding what customers are doing, what they're thinking about, and what they are likely to do. So that will probably be the biggest single element that both CIOs, CTOs, and chief marketing officers, CMOs, are working on behalf of the telco carriers during the course of 2020. It will be a common challenge and will make telco carriers, if solutions are well executed, far more competitive.
Okay, Mike Shinya, thank you very much indeed.
Martin, thank you very much indeed.